Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel Robinson and this is Ariel Knows Better. Today I'm going to be discussing a topic that is not so peppy. Let's just put it that way. Not so peppy. Today we're going to be talking about how to get yourself out of a dip when you're in one. And when I say dip, I mean the Big Dipper, okay? How to get yourself out of depression. If you're into that kind of topic, like you want to know how to better yourself, here we talk about self-care, self-development, working out, etc., then I would say go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and yeah, get ready for more videos like this one or more peppy ones in the future because we're trying to get out of this and keep building on ourselves. So I have like around 10 tips. I'll see where I get to. I don't have a lot of notes on this because it's something that I have a lot of experience with. And I just thought, okay, let's come here, let's sit down and say something from the heart. So I have something written down, but not that much. So yeah, let's get into the video. So number one on how to get out of a depressive episode. What I find work for me is having a really good consistent routine, staying on track. When you have a time that you wake up, you eat at a certain time, you have everything planned out, you know how the day is going to go, then it's less likely for your life to get like super chaotic and for you to, not be doing the things that you think you're supposed to be doing and falling into a depressive episode. I say this, why routine is important is because back when I first started out at university, like really in the beginning when I was in like my first year of law school, I had this thing where I moved away, like I moved to the other side of the island. I live on the island of Curacao. I moved like all the way to the other side of the island, far away from my family, from the people who I know. I started living, like really living on my own, like really alone. And I wasn't following a routine. I was doing whatever I felt like doing. I was sleeping, watching a lot of Netflix, not going to classes, not doing what I needed to do. And I didn't have any kind of structure in my life. And to get back on track, what I needed to do was like really restructure my life and start following a routine. It helps you get closer to your goals. It helps you to feel more like yourself, like you have something going on. I don't know, but something about a routine really helps to keep that out. When you're keeping yourself busy and you're doing you and you're doing well, it helps to really calm you down. It keeps you calm, let's say that. So that is my first suggestion on how to go about dealing with depression. So my second tip is to eat right. There are so many foods that are good for combating depression. It promotes, like certain foods just promote serotonin like in your body. And some of those foods are like dark chocolate, just dark pure chocolate. It's really, really good for you. Like when I started working on myself and restructuring and getting back to myself, like I started like I would eat like a little block of dark chocolate every morning and it would make me feel so good. That with coffee would make me feel so good. But yeah, it's the thing in the dark chocolate that promotes the serotonin that makes you feel really, really good. There are like different foods that you can look for, foods that promote serotonin in your body. You can look that up. I think beetroot is also one, but there are just so many. And something that's important to note here is that comfort food does not bring you comfort. The ice cream, the pizza, like all of those carb-filled stuff that you're eating and you're thinking, oh, this makes me feel good, this is gonna help me with my depression. It does not work like that, honey, because those foods are only going to bring you temporary happiness, and then later on you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I ate so much, I feel so sluggish, I feel so bad, I need to sleep. A lot of carbs will do that to you. It will just lazy you down and stop you from being able to, be upbeat, do your stuff. It doesn't give you a lot of energy when you're taking too much carbs in, like more than you need. It just pulls you down, and then there's a sugar spike. Look, I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about nutrition, but I'm telling you that in my experience, eating all of that and saying, oh yeah, comfort food, it does not bring you comfort. Eating healthy makes you feel good about yourself. The healthy foods promote, certain hormones that keep you happy. It makes you feel good about yourself. So that's my second tip. Watch out with the comfort food. No comfort food, but look for food that promotes happiness. My third tip is to go out in the sun, like take in the sun. Go out, take in the sun. For people who are in places where the sun isn't like some times of the year, I don't have that experience because I live in the Caribbean. But for people who do have that experience, then I would say, just stay in bright places where there's a lot of light, drink a lot of water also, that's so important, and stay active. Something about being active just really gives you that boost of energy, makes you feel good about yourself. And I can't say studies, but we talk about it a lot. Staying active, working out, being in the sun, taking fresh air, it's just things that people know, common knowledge, that this really helps your mood. And so that is something, that's another tip that I will give you. Go out, get fresh air, drink water, take in the sun, like go in the light. Don't stay in your dark bedroom, don't stay in your dark house being sad and feeling bad for yourself, because no one is coming to save you. The only person who is going to save you is yourself. Yeah. So my next tip, number 4, is to make a plan and start taking action. Like, think about what's making you depressed. Most of the times it's because you're not making progress in certain areas of your life. What made me feel depressed? Look, there are just a bunch of reasons sometimes, but something that made me really depressed when I moved all the way over here and I started university was the fact that I wasn't following my classes, I wasn't studying, I wasn't on schedule, I was behind. I felt like I didn't understand anything, especially when you start law school in the first year. You're like, what is happening, And so I wasn't making progress. I didn't have a plan, I didn't have anything going on. So that's why I'm giving you the tip to make a plan, whatever you're working towards, whatever you think that you can fix, what you think you can do something about that would make you feel better about yourself. Make a plan, start with baby steps, start doing it bit by bit. And when you see how far you're going, all the progress that you're making, it will continue to push you to keep on going. It helps so much. Like, seeing the fruit of your labor will push you to keep going. And that's why I said, make a plan, take baby steps, start going with it. Yeah. So my fifth tip, is really simple. Get up, take a shower, dress up, like put on your Sunday's best, do your makeup, whatever. If you're a man, put that shit on, do your thing, and just, make yourself feel good about yourself. Like, a lot of times when people are depressed, like I know from myself, you just lay in bed all day, you don't get up, you don't go take a shower, you don't put anything on, or you get up, you shower, you put something like baggy clothes on, you're not feeling yourself, whatever. We have those days, it's fine, okay? But we can't be doing that every day, okay? Especially when you're in depression. Just get up, take a shower, and pretend. Get up, put that shit on, put that makeup on, go outside and pretend, okay, darling? Like, that is just how it works. Like, it's like manifesting better days, okay? Get up, put it on, go outside, feel yourself, walk around like no one's watching. Just get out there. Even if you have to pretend, it's okay, because what you're really doing is you're calling for better days. Like, the more you do it, the more it becomes your reality. And yeah, so then my sixth tip is affirmations. I can't stress how much affirmations changed my life. It's something that I do on the daily, or when I was really, really in a bad place. When I was really, really in a bad place, like a year ago, I went through a breakup, and affirmations brought me back to myself, because sometimes you go through shit and you're like, damn, that's really fucked up. This is really fucked up. My life is this, my life is that, this and that. You're not feeling you. And sometimes you just have to stand in front of the mirror and tell it to yourself. Like, look into yourself, pretend that you're talking to your friend, and just say, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you can do whatever you put your mind to. Just all of those things. And it's the truth. It's the truth. We're all beautiful. We're all supposed to be loving ourselves, loving on ourselves, constantly telling ourselves how great we are. And yeah, it's not about having a big ego or whatever, but it's really about you and loving you and putting you first. Yeah. So then, guys, my 7th tip is to find a community. Okay, hang out with your friends, surround yourself with people who love you. Sometimes they have groups with people who are going through the same thing, just pushing each other. Like last year, as I said, I went through a breakup and I wasn't feeling myself. I thought that I was nothing. Like, my self-esteem totally crushed, and I am not even that type of person. Okay, I've been working on myself constantly, but the thing that I went through, maybe I'll tell you guys that story another day. The thing that I went through really, 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 really crushed me. And what I did was I went online, I Googled like empowerment groups, stuff like that. Modeling classes tend to empower you no matter what you look like. You can join those classes. Look for groups, communities. Like, hopefully you guys have those in your areas wherever you are. But for me here on Curacao, I joined an empowerment school by a former Miss Universe Curacao, and it just really boosted my confidence. Like, we did affirmations, we modeled, we cheered each other on. Like, we did so many exercises, they taught us so much. And it just really, really helps having such a community to tell you you're not alone. You're still that girl. Like, that stuff that happened, whatever it is, forget it. Like, your confidence doesn't come from people. Like, the thing you have inside of you, that happiness, that joy, is not man-made. It's self-made. Like, you made that. No one outside of you made it for you. You made it. They can't take it away. Something that people didn't give to you, they can't take it away. You can't let them take it away from you. So yeah, surround yourself with positive community, with people who love you, with people who are there for you, with people who have been there before, who can tell you how to go about handling the situation. Yeah. And my 8th tip is to get to the root of the problem. Go back and think about what caused this issue. Why am I feeling like this? Sometimes it goes back a year. Sometimes it goes back way further than that, like into your childhood sometimes. Sometimes it's because you don't love yourself and you're not putting yourself first. You're putting everyone else before you. And if you don't put yourself first and you're constantly drained and you're constantly giving everything to everyone else and not to yourself, at a certain point you won't have anything to give. You won't have any love to give. You don't have any love to give if you don't love yourself. So that is like so important. Getting to the root of the problem. What is causing this? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I behaving like this? And something that I heard before from a YouTuber, in hindsight, he said, if it's hysterical, it's historical. So if you're behaving crazy and losing it and your emotions are out of control, it's because the problem goes way back into your history, and it's something that you really need to get to the root of. Seeing what's the issue. Maybe you had problems with your parents growing up. Maybe something happened that you never really dealt with. Like, sit down and deal with the root cause. Because personally, with me, when I was just getting into, like working on myself, self-development, all of that, I had to sit down and look really deep, get to the root of my problems, get into my childhood, reparenting, whatever. And that's how I started solving my problems. But this is a process, so it's not a one-time thing that, okay, it's a one and done, whatever, it's done now. It's things that's going to keep popping up because we're constantly evolving. So you constantly need to look back into like, okay, I dealt with this childhood trauma. I became one with myself. And then a year later or 2 years later, you go through something and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck, And then you find yourself dealing with something new. So things will constantly pop up. Okay, this one I already said, number 9, surround yourself with positive people. And number 10 is for you to take control of your mind. There's this like guru who, I can't remember his name right now. He's on YouTube. That's like, if I remember his name, I'll let you guys know down in the comments. But there's this guru who talks about controlling your mind and your imagination. Look, your mind will take you far as hell, okay? Did any of you see the Inside Out movie with anxiety, and he kept like creating all of these weird scenarios? Oh my gosh, what if this, whatever happens and whatnot? Like, that's the mind giving you the worst scenarios. You're thinking only about negative things, and when you fall into that negative mindset, constantly thinking about negativity, negative outcomes, whatever, you're just calling that to yourself. You're just manifesting that. You're just living in that negative energy, and you need to get out of there. You need to think positive. Like, everything bad that happens, I try to turn it into something positive. I'm not perfect, so it doesn't always work out the way I want it to work out, or I'm not saying that I only have great things happening in my life or that I never think of something negative. But when I find myself doing it, I catch myself and I redirect my thoughts. So when you have those negative thoughts, just try to redirect them. Like, let's say I don't know, whatever bad thing happens. Let's say you fall when you're waking up. You fall when you're getting out of bed and you're like, oh shit, damn, I have such bad luck. Oh my gosh, today's gonna be such a horrible day. Like, no, darling, you fall. You're like, oh my gosh, maybe, I fell and that means I'm about to fall into a pot of gold. I don't freaking know. Think about something positive. You don't always have to keep up that negative mindset. You're like, okay, I fell, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna work on not falling for the rest of the day, just take care of myself, whatever. Something. Do not go into that negative space. Like, let me think. Like, right now I can't find a lot of examples for you guys. Okay, let me think. Let's say, you are thinking about doing this job, whatever, and it doesn't work out, and instead of thinking, oh my fucking God, this is so shit, whatever, you just think, okay, maybe this is redirection. Maybe I'm supposed to go do this study or do that study. Maybe I'll just move out of the country. Maybe God is pushing me in this or this way, whatever you believe in, the universe, whatever. Maybe, think of the positive sides. Always try to whip up a positive scenario to combat whatever negativity came up in your mind. Just really take control of your mind, because the mind is powerful, and you have to realize that you're the one in control. You're the author of your story. You manifest everything. If you can think about it and you can picture it in your mind, then it's all possible. And yeah, that's all I have to say right now for as far as depression goes. Get your shit together. Get up out of that bed. Pretend. Come up with a plan. At least write down a plan. If you don't have to stick to it 100%, but at least start doing something. Start seeing your productivity, bear fruit. Start seeing all of that, and it's all gonna be okay. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. That's something that Luma says a lot, another YouTuber here. And everything's going to be fine. Like, take care of yourself. Get up. Girl, get girl, get up. Get up. Yeah, so you guys, that's all I have to say today on the topic of depression. I will have other videos coming out. I will talk about how to get over heartbreak. Like, let me know what you guys want me to talk about. I have so much experience. I've experienced so much, and I feel like those experiences just, they're things that gave me the power to be able to talk to you guys now and give tips and help somebody out, and I'm just so grateful for that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video if you know anyone who might need it, and yeah, I can't wait to see you guys again. Bye.